Well, hello there, folks. Today's topic is, do I have a graduation for my students or do I have a testing for my students? Hey, if you like the content, please subscribe and share it with people that need it. Do you like my ninjas dancing across the screen? Isn't that cool? So let's talk about graduation testing. It's different. A lot of schools today have graduations. Everybody gets together and they have pomp and circumstance and they have an award ceremony and they do that. Other schools have specific testings. Let me tell you the way we used to do it in the old days. We had a testing room. We had certified instructors that would test the students on each particular stripe that would go on their belt. That was a pain, but made our students really know their curriculum really well. But it set a certain standard. Now, traditionally, back in Japan, some of the Oriental countries, you go to class and all of a sudden you just get awarded your next belt. They still do that in a lot of jiu-jitsu systems. Show up for class, you're just awarded your next belt. You didn't even know it was happening. The instructor has been viewing you for this long. Americans need that pomp and circumstance and, of course, associations, different things. It's nothing wrong with it, okay? There's nothing wrong with awarding what is deserved. Schools can test in class and award their belts in class. The issue is if you have beginner classes, intermediate, advanced, black belts, the other members of the school do not get to see what their next step is, or they don't get to see what everybody else is doing. If you do a graduation correctly, it brings the whole school together. You have that camaraderie, you have that energy, gives a chance if you have a demo team for them to show off, have people aspire to be on the demo team. And actually, if your curriculum is set up right, your black belts would be your demo team anyway, quote unquote, for that particular graduation. Everybody should want to do, the black belts, man. So, this will be an entirely separate video, but a lot of people front end their curriculum, whereas a whole lot in the beginning and toward the end, toward black belt and black belt, there's not a lot. And that's sad. It should be evenly distributed, and the black belt should be doing the coolest things because they have earned the right, and you want your underbelts looking forward to that black belt level. So if you do a graduation correctly, your underbelts are inspired for that next step. They get to see, the whole studio gets to see. Not everything. You don't do everything at graduation. You just do what the students can do well and what they can do best at the place where you're at. Now, hey, listen, when I was growing up and my younger years doing martial arts, we did throws and takedowns and everything else on a hardwood floor. Well, now our insurance companies don't like that so much. And if you have a gym, for instance, that you're renting out for a graduation, you just got to be cognizant of the fact you don't want to do all the curriculum that you're doing in classes on a padded floor in the gym on a wooden floor, okay? So we got to trim that a little bit. And then the big thing to keep in mind is parents don't want to be sitting there for 3 hours. So let's do a graduation in an hour. Highlight every program in the school, every class in the school. And if you have life skill requirements for certain levels, have that highlighted too. And your leadership team, where everybody that has performed and did all the requirements to earn an award of some kind, they receive it at graduation in front of everybody. And you got to do it in a way that's kind of fast but still special. You know what I mean? An hour. You don't want to be there for 2 hours. People are so scheduled in today's culture, you just turn a lot of people off. They stop coming. So in order to have the graduation done properly, then beforehand you have to qualify to come to the graduation. So you qualify through your stripe testings. Now, in our organization, we stripe test in the class. And there are requirements for each class, for every segment of our curriculum. And when they can perform it to the instructor's requirements, they have earned their next belt, and now they're able to come to graduation to receive their next belt. And if they don't come to graduation, that's fine. You want to make your graduation so people want to come to it. Make it a community event, camaraderie, a school. And the graduation has to fit around the culture and the curriculum you have created. That graduation has to fit. Now, in order to do the graduation correctly, man, there's got to be some planning done. There's a lot of work. You need some volunteers. Well, you need staff. You need help. And typically after graduation, I am mentally exhausted. There's been a whole lot leading up to it. You're dealing with a whole bunch of people, and you're dealing with all kinds of things. In the end, it's worth it, I believe. About as mentally exhausting as a black belt test. Black belt tests, mentally exhausting for me too. I mean, I'm like a nervous parent. I'm more nervous for the testers than I am anything else. I would encourage you, if you're not doing big graduations, do some big graduations. And make it special for your students. Don't underestimate the desire for your student to want that next belt. Make them earn it, but don't underestimate how much they want it. And if they can do that in front of a big crowd, all the more special. Hope this helps.